I think we're good to go. Yo ho ho! What's going on, boys? We're back with another installment of One Punch Man podcast. Today we're covering chapter 147. Bomb versus Garou. Routinely, we strive to give you all the different points, plot points, instances, possibilities, intricacies of the series in every single podcast. We try hard, man. But this time, we're going to try like a little bit more harder. We're going to give you a little bit more facts. You know. It was a banging scenario in 147. Banging. We all know what's up. We all know all the hype and all the feats that have been derived from just these two people fighting. All the different ideas, all the reminiscing to previous instances of people doing this and people not doing this. And what does it mean because he did this here and Bang didn't power up? So does that mean that EC is like a super duper tank now? There's all different kinds of things that we could infer and discuss. We're going to try to do those things here in the stream, so bear with us. We have a live chat that you can communicate with us while we're talking. So remind us of the different topics and the different types of ideas that we could interject here. Before we begin, though, make sure that you like and subscribe. We're almost on that journey to 1,800 subscribers, and we're getting close to 2K. So help us support by liking the video and helping others find the content as well. If you want to join the community and give your input on the topics that we discuss all the time and just have fun, the link for the description or in the description is for the Discord. It's the largest community for One Punch Man that exists in the world. And we also have the biggest collection of facts in one place in for the people. So yeah. Yeah, slide through.
That war zone. I'm gonna let you get that off though.
I was gonna say, latest comment on there was Garou's gay, so I don't know if that's no.
Oh shit. But aside from the greatness of 147, let's see what you guys thought about it.
It was a pretty good chapter, man. Pretty good chapter. As far as how things went with the Garou and Bang fight, it sort of went how I expected in one instance, but not in another. We'll talk about that. But I was satisfied with the chapter, art, choreography. You know, bro, it's Murata. Like it gets to a point where you get tired of talking about it because it's just the standard for it, and the standard for One Punch Man in terms of those things is high level quality, god shit. So I'm happy with the chapter.
Yeah, I'm happy with it as well. In terms of Garou and Bomb, I was happy because in my head it was just going to be very one-sided. So Bomb actually doing stuff to him was super impressive on my thoughts. Yeah, like Satsuki said, everyone was good. Well, it's not good. Things are looking pretty bad for the gang now. It's actually getting there where we're like, uh-oh, like Skitten's being burnt to the bone, blades are being burnt. Like it's looking bad. Someone actually died. Like they should die. They have every reason to die. But someone has legit actually died in One Punch Man, which hasn't happened. That hasn't been retconned yet. So it was good. I like the ending as well. I like Tatsumaki Jones's. It's like Satsuki said. It's just good stuff. One Punch Man's always doing good stuff.
Yeah, I like the chapter. Thought it was good. I did have a small issue with the bomb and Garou stuff. We'll go through that when we get to it. But the rest of the stuff was pretty dope. I enjoyed it. And I kind of like the fact that even though last chapter ended with Garou coming out and we're like, oh shit, like shit's really going to hit the fan. Now they're in even worse position than they were before. So I'm kind of liking the direction this is going in. And I can't wait to see what happens next.
I definitely feel the same way about the increasing tensions in the story. I'm also kind of excited to see to hear what your thoughts are about the Bang and Bomb fight, because coincidentally, The greatness comes first. Not often does Murata give us the big fight at the beginning of the chapter, but one second. Or well, yeah, before we even cut that off, let's start with the fight then. So, give me your opinions on the overall fight, and then we'll go page by page.
Okay. As far as how the overall fight went, last podcast I said that it was going to be a one-sided fight, and I expected Garou to come out here and establish himself as the premier threat within this battlefield, because when you have Black Sperm, Fuhrer Ugly doing this thing, Homeless Emperor who's chilling, but we know how much power he has. When you have people like that, it's hard to establish yourself as the threat when those threats are great as well. So I thought Garou was going to come out in this fight and show that I'm the one that y'all got to be worried about. That didn't happen exactly. The fight was still one-sided. He ended up winning the fight, but it wasn't one-sided for the majority of the fight. I mean, it's only one-sided because of the results, really. Bomb ended up losing that confrontation, and it didn't look like Garou took any significant injuries. So, yeah, overall, the fight went how I expected in terms of the results, but not in the process of it.
I really appreciate you reiterating your statement like 3 or 4 times, because we have to make that very, very, very clear. I agree with you 100%. I believe this fight was on par, foot to foot, equal. I would even, and I'm going to explain later on, because I know Sundown has to elaborate on something as well, that my opinion of the fight is that Garou got stronger mid-fight. That's how I feel.
I think you can say that. I think that's fair.
How do you feel, Matt, Sundown?
Yeah, I'll go, because I don't really have any like problems with the fight. I mean, for me, there's certain tropes I really like, and this fight did a couple of them. So literally, it's like the trope where you can't see, like that page where Fubuki can't see anything. The moment she understands what's going on, Bomb's caught Garou's fist that's about to attack her. Stuff like that, I love.
That was crazy.
But no, yeah, it's a trope I love. As for me, like in terms of where Garou is, like he might be evolving for the fight, but to me, he's not like. It's similar to Darkshine, you know. He's not awake yet. Like it took a big attack for him to wake up last time. So I think he's still like this monsterfied state. Not in like a human mind. He's in a monster mind. Yes, and I agree with Satsuki too. Like I was so like in my head, it was going to be like maybe a couple punches and Bomb was going to go down. And I was like, oh no, this is going to be a thing. But Bomb did phenomenal. Like he showed why he's like one of the greatest martial artists in the world right here. Like why he's on Bang's level. I loved Bomb in this chapter because anytime he did something, because my expectations were quite low of him, like anytime he did something, I was like, okay, that's great. Good on you, Bomb. But yes, very similar to Satsuki of like, I think we all kind of thought, you know, no, there's no way Garou's going to lose to Bomb. But I hope we're all on the same page where we're all impressed with what Bomb did.
Here I go. All right. So, so yeah, I actually really like the fight, and the points you've made, I more or less agree with them entirely. Especially the point that Satsuki was making around, we knew that Bomb would kind of have to get beaten here, and he didn't get put down in a shameful or dishonorable way. You know, he didn't run screaming or anything like that, and he didn't just get bodied straight away. But I think what was a little bit disappointing for me, and just as you're scrolling through the chapter, was it felt very quick as I was reading through it, so it might have just been a personal issue rather than an issue in general. The fight felt very, very quick, and I was hoping it'd be like a little bit more drawn out so that we could see kind of the different types of things that Bomb was willing to try in terms of different techniques, maybe different styles, different kind of attack patterns, maybe. I was hoping we'd get a little bit more of that, but he kind of went into his kind of 3-fingered attack pretty quickly after these initial panels, which was cancelled out, and then we got the result of that. So I think it was more the quickness of it was a bit jarring for me. But in terms of his efficiency and how well he did, I don't think anybody can really complain about that. We knew with the appearance of Garou that he had to make a statement, and Bomb was going to be that statement, but he wasn't that statement in a really, really shameful way. I thought he did a really good job.
I would like to add to that. I feel like this is not me having an issue with your issue on it. It's just my perspective on it. I feel like the fight kind of had to go this way for two reasons. For one, it's just because we know that although Bomb has been stated to be stronger than Bang, it's really going to be Bang versus Garou. That's the fight that's going to be the main fight. And we brought this up last podcast. We were wondering like how exactly is this going to go, because if it was something to where it's going to be completely one-sided in the favor of Garou, then what is it going to matter if Bane comes into the fight? Because then it's like, if your brother is stronger, then he should do the exact same thing he did to him. Obviously, when it comes to Bane being stronger, well, not obviously, but for me, when it comes to Bomb being stronger than Bane, I think for this specific fight, that's going to be thrown out the window just because the emotional investment in this fight. We may see a Bane that we never seen before because of who he's fighting. This could work in favor of him, or in opposition, because it could be something to where he holds back because it's Garou, or because he's fighting extra hard because it's Garou. So for that's the first thing. I think it had to be kind of quick, just so the fight between Bang and Garou would be more like a lot more hype. I don't think they could have drawn out the fight a lot. And then two, it's also because of them fighting in this area, and then Bang being alerted within the last chapter. Because it's kind of like, if you draw out the fight, it's going to make the sense of time all weird, unless you're just saying like they're fighting at a light speed or whatever the fuck speed you want to say. Because we know Bang was on his way there, so if you drew out that fight, it would have been like, yo, how long has he been running to get to this one area of the battlefield to fight Garou? So I feel like they had to Murata had to speed things up because of that too.
Okay, because I want to respond to both of y'all, because I definitely, the last point you made, I agree for the most part, because the positioning of the story would definitely affect how quickly the man would arrive. But we've seen it done in all different types of mangas and in anything, where you can just have the a different character hold off a certain character or interfere. They do it all the time with Luffy. Luffy comes to save somebody, or then somebody else, another enemy, gets in the way or stops him from doing that, and then he has to fight through that person and then go to the instance. I agree 100% with the matter that we were told that Bomb is stronger, seemingly, but this is obviously about the emotional instance for Bang. I'm not gonna say that, like, I'll say it. That's probably like the most disappointing part of the fight to me. The fact that, like, I agree it went fast, and I think it went fast for that very reason, not just because it's reasonably justified that Bang has to arrive quickly because he's on the same battlefield, but because Bang is supposed to be the one that is going to have the biggest emotional impact. I'm just questioning though, because when you explained that, what came to my head was like, agreed, Bomb is stronger, right? Let's just say, agreed. Then does that mean that, like, we should be expecting, even if it's going to be drawn out longer, a similar difficulty fight? Like, if Bomb can't force Garou to wake up, right? Because that's a controversial topic as well, whether Garou's awakened or not. I'll talk about that in a second. If that is the case, where Bomb can't wake him up, Bang, I'm not sure, has that much more of a chance. Let's imply that, like, let's go with that, right? Because that seems reasonable, that he doesn't really have a chance. Are we then resorting to then having Bang and Bomb fighting Garou together? Like, does that contradict what Bang wanted? That's the part that I'm confused on, because are we to believe that Bang is going to stop Garou? I don't think that's going to be the case. We just seen the journey of him going from Tank Top Master to almost getting killed by Metal Bat to now here. So to have, we know that, like, there were people that he could not fight. That was the example of Watchdog Man. Like, he tried to fight Watchdog Man, he got shut down. He was not ready for that. But now we're here. He is ready for Bomb. This is very, very dangerous. There's not very many niggas that you, like, many more niggas you have to be ready for if you're already ready for Bomb. Mm-hmm. So, like, I don't even think it's realistic for us to be pretending that we should give Bang the benefit of the doubt that he could, like, handle it with his own disciple. We talked about it in, I believe it was like 145 or 146, where it was commendable of Atomic to be like, oh yeah, this is the way of the master. You know, your students messed up. You have to fix your problems. We acknowledged that, and it was very commendable and respectable. But at the end of the day, this is a dirty demon. This is a disgusting murderer. This is that nigga, bruh. Like Garrou's around.
Is that the next synonym in line?
I just got a quick question, guys, because I don't like. We're saying Bang is stronger than Bomb is stronger than Bang. When was it said that? Because I don't remember that. And like, are we just saying that because the fighting style is more aggressive, like it's more offensive based, or?
No, there was a comment made by Murata, supposedly. I remember seeing this comment. I remember verifying the comment. It's out of manga, but I can't remember the exactitude of it. But it was basically summing up that Bomb is stronger than Bang. The people in the chat should be able to source the information and clarify it for us. But that was the impression, and the consistent impression amongst the majority of the community. It's not that it's 100% correct and concrete. I definitely agree with your doubt, but I think I've seen the source to be able to confirm it.
Yeah, I don't know the exact source, but I feel like it was stated by Murata. I don't know where it's said exactly. But even if we don't take that as truth, I think at the very least we could say, if you don't think Bomb is stronger than Bang, we could say they're on par.
Without a doubt. But
yeah, because to me, like, sorry, just in terms of, I always imagined, I never imagined Bang taking Garou on his own. Maybe for a bit because obviously the master student, but it was always a case of that Garou would have to be taken on by Bang and Bomb at the same time because that's the threat he is now. And especially if they want to really like build up Garou even more, you just have him learn like the Dragon Cross, the Dragon Slaying Fist.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. See, we're gonna talk
the
about
other
that.
thing is,
go ahead.
How much weight do we want to give to Bomb's kind of energy being taken from him last chapter when they were resuscitating or trying to make sure that was it Tank Top Master stayed alive?
Maybe that's why the fight was rushed down.
I feel like that's a cop out. That's like, I clearly understand it was drawn. I understand it was there. He even had dialogue saying that, yeah, I'm tired or whatever. I understand that. But like, how are you going to quantify that? Like, is that not something that happens in battle? Are you not like tired or like? I get it that we're talking about the feats and maybe sure in terms of the feats we should account for everything. But in the scenario that we're in and in regular combat, there are plenty of times where you're going to be tired. Like,
yeah, 100%. But I think the angle I'm taking is, doesn't that give Bang more room to be more impressive because of possibly Bomb's fatigue?
I'm having real trouble accepting the idea that you can't produce your full strength, combat strength, if you're tired. Like, we've seen individuals do this all the time, where they're not only tired, they're injured. They're badly injured, and they produce their strongest attack yet. Let's see if I can get some examples.
The other reason why I wouldn't give that too much credence is just because of Bomb's last comment when Bane shows up. He's like, yo, he's not what he was before. So I think that's like a clear indication that it's more so that Garou is different and on a whole new level than Bomb being nerfed or something like that.
I 100% agree. I mean, to add doubt though, there was a comment that he said in the chapter. He was like, I gotta stay up. Or he was acknowledging Garou's increased power or whatever, and then he told himself like, oh, I gotta stay up until Bang arrives or something like that. Let me see what the
basically, yeah, the exact same thing. He's like, just gotta stay up until Bang gets here.
Yeah. So he was definitely feeling feeling the pain. So I think, all right, so there's 2 points I want to mention. I'll mention one and then I'll elaborate on it and I'll go to the next one. I think Bang only got hit 3 times. From what I was counting on the fight, and I'll make the stipulation that there's the portion where Fubuki couldn't see, where they were going like just back and forth, all the swiping, the big speed depiction that we get in all anime and manga. In that depiction, you can't really tell what's going on, so there could have been a lot of punches done to Bang there. But he doesn't seem that too scuffed up after that that sequence. He only seemed scuffed up in the second portion of the fight, and I think that's when you can count how many hits he took. Like there's because he's pretty much clearly blocking all the attacks as they're drawn. Then there's like one here where it hits him on the side of the face. You got the big punch there that sends him back and sends him and Garou back, and then you got the crazy elbow that came and just took him out. Those are really the only clear attacks that I see. So this is. I don't want to say that this attention to, but in the Darkshine fight, the sequences of the Darkshine fight were to be paid attention to. Like I don't even think that the Darkshine fight was that much longer than this one. Maybe, sure. I'm probably just thinking about it, remembering it differently, but that was really it for that part. That like I think Garou handled it in like 3 hits, but that's downplaying the reality of the fight. The other part I want to talk about is the sleepiness of Garou or not. Throughout the fight, Bomb mentioned that Garou was using all different kinds of styles and mixing them into one. Then we got, this is my argument also as well for as to why I think that he evolved mid-fight. He got confronted with the whirlwind, I think only once. He only met Bomb once before this, and then he was able to learn and mimic the whirlwind to the extent that we saw before when he fought Super Mouse and then the instances around that. But here he shows him the water stream at least one time. I think it was like 2 or 3 times actually. And then he's able to cancel it. We saw the example of Garou versus Bang when EC arrives, right? And sure, people could say that the stipulation there is there's a big skill difference, or excuse me, there's a big difference in power. That's why their water streams were, Garou's water stream was completely ineffective, basically. But what is the excuse now? Like, Bomb is the master of the whirlwind. Garou saw him literally 2 times use it. If you guys can add more panels to that to say more, fine. Literally 2 times Garou saw the whirlwind, and then he was able to learn to cancel it. That has to be evolving mid-fight. Like, because people mentioned it, Bomb was controlling the fight the entire time. The entire time until the end, Bomb was controlling the fight. Garou hits him with a speed blitz attack. Like, Bang hit him, he dodged it. He came right back after him, was blocking every single attack, was bringing it to Garou. Hit him with a whirlwind attack, Garou had to dodge. Garou didn't, like, deflect it with the water stream or do anything like that. This is the reason why I'm also saying that I don't think it's a question whether he's awake or not. It's definitely more likely that he's asleep. The beginning, screaming at the beginning of the chapter, the monstrous attack like that, like, sure, that makes it seem as if he's, like, asleep, because Garou usually has dialogue and converses. But are you telling me that now he's learning while asleep? Oh, that's crazy. Like that's like Garou's potential. If this is being revealed mid-fight like this, then I don't really know what else to say. Like, I don't think it's fair to be like, oh, Bomb was just weakened. Like, would a stronger Bomb really make that much of a difference against this Garou?
Yeah, it's just that we see this all the time. We've seen this with Garou when he was going against the A-class heroes, where he had a strong performance and he was mighty weakened during that whole thing. So I understand it. You could say it has a factor, but how much of a factor is it? I mean, Garou himself was in a fight with Darkshine before this, and we don't know like if the rubble impacted him or whatnot. So like, there's a lot of factors, and it just comes down to when these 2 people fight, unless like they themselves are putting a lot of focus on whatever injuries they may be carrying or fatigue they may have, then it's not something that I'm going to focus on.
I think I agree with that for the most part.
Yeah. No, I thought it'd just be a good point to ask. What were you saying, man?
I agree. That's all.
So
actually, but on the point of Garou still being asleep and evolving mid-fight, I'm not sure if I agree with the evolving mid-fight. I think it might simply just be him kind of stepping up to the level that Bomb is displaying. So as Bomb was kind of increasing his power output, Garou was matching it. I'm not sure if he actually like had an actual like power boost mid fight. That's how I interpreted it anyway.
I don't know, man. It's just like, because we got a lot of. I talked about in my review that like usually dialogue means something. If Bomb's telling us that Garou's using a bunch of different styles, we've seen that before. Like Murata will actually draw that. He'll put that into the drawing so you can notice it. And all I'm really seeing is just things reminding me of how he fought other people. Like on the screen right now, we have the classic shoulder throw that we saw Darkshine break Garou with. The beginning of the fight, I mentioned how Garou began the attack like Bang began the attack on Garou whenever he was fighting Genos. Like those are the similarities that I'm seeing. Not necessarily that like not necessarily that like he's growing, but that like maybe he's just displaying the different varieties of power that he has from the Darkshine fight. Like this is the result of his evolution from that. Clearly this is his first fight since then, but like I guess the whole argument of him being asleep or not is still interfering with my like perception. Like I just don't think it's, I don't want to brush over the fact that like he canceled Whirlwind. Like we've never seen him learn the Whirlwind, but you can cancel it out.
Yes, sir.
Shit, man. People are talking about a bunch of stuff now. Like, so are we putting Bomb over Darkshine then?
If we put him Bang over Darkshine, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I would say they're in the same tier, though. When I say they're above Darkshine, that doesn't mean like significantly stronger. I think they're within the same tier.
I disagree with that one. I think that this fight where like Bomb had that entire like sequence where he's literally manhandling and just controlling the fight. Like, he even tells Garou, "Hey, let's take this somewhere else," and then he takes the fight somewhere else. Like, how many niggas you fought? You tell them, "Hey, let's fight over there in that alleyway," and they'd be like, "All right, bro, lead the way." Like, nah, nah, bro. Like, I don't think anybody could convince me that Bomb did not have even control of the fight the majority of the time. Sure, we could argue that like Garou was in there, he wasn't like, he didn't have the losing hand, he wasn't losing, but it's not like Bomb was in a bad position ever until the end. That's shit, man. This nigga was out here just doing that thing to boys, bro. And if he's doing this to this improved, evolved Garou, who's able to master the Whirlwind just by glimpsing at it, whose power should be stronger. The previous Garou managed to outclass Darkshine, master bazooka, double bazooka, I believe. Outsped him, had him on his back, like screaming eek, all because of the ferocity and like his style, the way he was attacking. Not necessarily he was hurting Darkshine, but like he was coming after him ferociously. He didn't really have a chance to defend himself, or at least counter or be effective. Garou completely had control of that fight. This is the exact opposite by somebody stronger. Somebody much stronger than the previous Garou is controlling, or a Garou that's much stronger than the previous form is being controlled in a fight. Like, it's not like you wouldn't assume that Bomb had power like Darkshine, but yet Garou's blows are getting deflected like nothing. I'm not saying every punch of this Garou is a super alloy bazooka, but like they're not cheap. Like they're not pretend hits. We've seen nameless hits from Darkshine before that have effects on Garou, and they had effects on Garou. Nothing like that's happening here. He's combating Bomb hand to hand, skill wise, exactly. I think Bomb and Bang are in a completely different tier than Darkshine, and I think this chapter especially, we'll get to it, actually dropped Darkshine's stock. Not because he did bad, even though he did bad, but because we got to see one of his limits, or somebody reach one of his limits or whatever. What do you guys think?
Here's why I disagree why they're not in the same tier. I've always said, like, with martial artists, especially in the instance when we're comparing them to Darkshine, Darkshine's whole thing isn't, I'm going to beat you up, and it's not that. It's his endurance that's his strength. So when we look at those two characters and say, are they on the same tier, we got to compare that, not how Darkshine fares in a fist fight, how his greatest strength, which is his endurance, compared to the martial arts of someone like Bang and Bomb. And Darkshine's endurance is crazy. Black Sperm looked at him and said, yo, I can't do anything with this dude. We got into the fight with Garou where he didn't hurt Darkshine. We understand like the other things that happen in the fight with him freaking out, but that goes to his composure and not his strength. So when I say they're on the same tier, I don't mean if I had to choose someone to be my fighter, I'm choosing people like Bang and Bomb because they are more combat oriented and they're going to be able to win a fist fight with damn near anyone. But if I'm just getting someone to protect me, like I'm just a human shield or something like that, I'm going to choose someone like Darkshine because of his endurance and his ability to tank hits like that. So that's what I mean when they're in the same tier. I think they already went over it when they said that if Darkshine was in a fight or he was sparring with Bang, it would be a situation where Darkshine wouldn't really be able to do anything to Bang, but same thing to Darkshine, Bang wouldn't be able to hurt him. So that's why I say they're the same tier. They just have different avenues of their strengths.
Matt Sundo?
No, I agree with Satsuki. To me, they're not on different tiers for that reason. But also, it's just like it was set up at the beginning of like when the first attack happened with the Monster Association, how important matchups are. Like the difference between Darkshine, as we said, like Darkshine, as Satsuki said, you know, he's not an experienced fighter, whereas Bang and Bomb, they've been fighting for years. They've been fighting their whole lives, as far as we know. Like this kind of thing, like Bomb is almost certainly go up against stronger opponents. Not obviously on this caliber, but it's a similar thing he's been in the past, and he can adjust it to whatever he's been through now. And with whatever, so like I just don't think it's. I don't think it's fair to say that Darkshine. I mean, we'll get to Darkshine later on, but I don't think it's fair to say like Darkshine and Bang and Bomb are different tiers just because that just because a tougher opponent did better. Well, what seemed like a tougher opponent because we know how important matchups are.
Yeah, I think Matt makes a good point there, and same with Satsuki, where they probably don't like they don't say it a different tier completely to Darkshine, but I do think they outshine Darkshine in two areas, that being experience and battle experience, which is what Matt was talking about, and their actual technique. So just making things look as good as they make it look. But in terms of completely outranking him or sitting in a different tier, I don't think they really do. They just have a lot more battle experience. They know what to do, and they can keep their composure in that difficult time as well. So yeah, those are the two areas I think they kind of outrank Darkshine.
I definitely agree it's a categorical outskill. Many individuals combating that notion in the Discord and the community in general have mentioned that this confrontation doesn't necessarily mean that they can hurt Darkshine. Even though didn't really hurt Darkshine whatsoever, so we still don't have that much of a grip for that. More things in the chapter can bring light on that though, so I'm not letting Darkshine off the hook. But I agree that maybe it is unfair to say that Bomb and Darkshine are completely different tiers because of their interaction with Garou. But if I were to take if I were to continue on with the derivatives of the same fight, next we have Elder Centipede. In a previous chapter, I believe chapter 84. Yeah, 84. We get the fight. It's called Escalation, I believe. With Bang, Bomb, Dinos, and Elder Centipede after Garou was rescued by Phoenix Man. Elder Centipede posed not only a gargantuan threat, but was pretty durable and tough to actually deliver hits on. So, Bang and Bomb united to do a special combo attack. We've seen two iterations of their team-up attacks that are very, very powerful. The first is the Sky Aura Fist, and the other one is called the Dragon Fist. There are more words to the names, but those are good words for those names. So, if uninjured, and let me ask this question first before I continue at that point. We can agree that Bang and Bomb haven't gotten stronger, right? There's nothing in the series that shows that they've gotten stronger.
Nothing would indicate that.
Yeah.
So if a full health Bang and Bomb couldn't bring down EC, couldn't even force him to moat according to Murata, Ishii was already emoting his shell when they attacked him. I guess he just helped him bring it off or whatever. Does that mean that Elder Centipede is now are pretty much the strongest dragon? Like, this is the question for the Dragon Wars. I wanted to lead into this. It is obviously going to make us ask this question next. Like, who is the strongest dragon? Because we have a combination of all kinds of crazy monstrosities right now. Individuals who can make an army, a tsunami army. An individual literally made of water. An individual who's you can't even touch now. Then we have the demon dog. We have Goketsu, Phoenix Man, and the immortal, the returning immortal chick, Elder Centipede. So, does this give more context, or does this improve your opinions? Does this increase the stock of Elder Centipede?
Elder Centipede is such a wild card. There's no way to properly scale that, man.
I mean, sorry, go on.
I was just gonna say, anybody who gets like, it's nothing to really properly evaluate. All we can say, like, for sure, like, yeah, he was giving Bomb and Bane that work, but then he gets beat by Saitama. So like anytime it comes to that, I don't know what to say. I'm just like, I don't know. I gotta shrug my shoulders. I don't know.
I mean, I still probably like the biggest thing we can say about Elder Centipede is still the fact that, like, we don't know how much research Giro Psychos did before, but the fact that she was like, okay, as long as he doesn't go up against these 4 particular heroes, Elder Centipede should be able to win. That was it, you know. So we don't obviously know how much research she did on like Darkshine or Atomic or Flashy or Child Emperor or whatever, but she felt confident enough to go, as long as it's not these 4, he should be able to beat anyone else. I mean, that's probably the biggest stock we can give him. But it's difficult when our hero beats everything in one punch, you know.
Yeah, I don't think I'd increase Elder Centipede stock from anything we've seen in this chapter in particular. But I think Elder Centipede stock was so damn high to begin with, after the chapters that we had with him, that it's kind of hard to push him any further. I mean, if you're going to have anybody in a 1v1 against Elder Centipede, they're pretty much going to either have a very, very difficult fight, like Matt was saying, or they were going to come out with a loss if they were a hero, unless it was like Saitan or maybe Tatsumaki. So, I mean, like, that's pretty much the highest level of respect and stock you can grant to Elder Centipede.
But okay, so the guy who, because Garou, we just saw Garou. This wasn't some like casual like regular punch. He matched the bazooka. That's the guy we're talking about. Like Satsuki says, his durability is the most impressive thing. His strength isn't like anything to joke at either. We were also questioning that as well before this chapter. I can find in Discord plenty of discussions of individuals saying that Darkshine can do this or that. He can match this guy's strength or do that. He can lift half the planet. Like, all kinds of crazy stuff was said about Darkshine's strength. So now that we see it matched, all those sayers are gone. Now it's just people saying, oh, no, I've never said that. I think it's always been reasonable. Like, I definitely believe that the perception of the community before this point, before this chapter, the given perception, not that like we were just thinking about this, the story gave us this perception of Darkshine that his power was almost equivalent to his power, to his body. Individuals, even in versus matches, and I know it doesn't matter, his verses don't matter, and these explanations are as credulous as they can be, but individuals even try to argue that like if your body can't take the hit or the power, then you can't deliver that. Like, you can't punch and then destroy your fist while you punch. Well, you can. So we're here at the example, like Darkshine's Super Alloy Bazooka and Double Super Alloy Bazooka were matched by Garou. 2 attacks that have to be crazily potent. They have to be. They have to be in the top skills of physical attacks. I'll even ask you guys to give me 2 punches or physical attacks that are just completely stronger than those 2 from regular S-class people. Probably can't. Maybe the Giant Fist Strike, or if you guys have.
I was about to say, you want me to remember things? I got a goldfish memory.
I was saying that, like, if Garou was that powerful, and now his attacks are being blocked, deflected, and even caught, Bomb even caught one of his punches. Like, does that not say something about what happens when Bang and Bomb are full power and working together? Like, I think Elder Centipede has to. I'll let you guys say that, but like, to me, EC's stock has gone up.
It depends on where you had him before. Because I think we have like a floor for Elder Centipede, but we don't know what his ceiling is. Because since he got taken out by Saitama, like anybody who gets taken out by Saitama, you don't really get a proper ceiling for them after that. So you just kind of get a baseline for like, okay, they're as strong as these characters, but he's not weaker than these characters, but how strong is he really? Like we don't really get to gauge that. But at least with Elder Centipede, we got like some testimony for like Matt was saying with Cycles, but that is about it. It just depends on where you had him before.
All right, is there any other like major points that you guys think we should add upon the Bang and Bomb fight?
Yeah, actually, I have one question. I just thought of it now, and this might be a complete bullshit question, but it sounds interesting to me. So, with the cancellation of the Whirlwind Fist, what do you guys see that as a power feat, or do you guys see that as a technique kind of feat?
100%.
Because I want to understand. I want to see what you guys think in terms of like, does that make Garou a really powerful character in the sense of like Darkshine, or is it different to you?
If I had to lean on, like, if I had to choose one, I'd say more technique, just because what Bomb was saying was, yo, he's mixed all these techniques together, and that, we already understand Garou strong regardless of that, but it's just like that's the devastating part about it, is that he's was able to blend things together and create his own technique.
Yeah, it's technique for me. It's not like he punched back and then like that cancelled it out. It was literally the Whirlwind Fist against the Whirlwind Fist that did it. It's him using the same technique to counter it out. If he like threw a punch and like, maybe I'd consider it power if he threw a punch and then maybe it like broke Bomb's arm. In that case, yes, that's power. But for me, this is technique.
100%. I think the circular depiction as well is most often more stereotypically used like that. Like you'll hear something about spinning, and then the way to stop it will be spinning it in the opposite direction or whatever. That's how they usually go with canceling stuff, and it seems like that's the case here. Just matching it, cancel the attack as you described it. So I wouldn't really consider it power.
Two things. First of all, are there sparks being generated from that hit?
There's sparks. Fucking sparks, bro.
Yeah. Also, just to go back to Darkshine for a sec, did someone actually say in your Discord that he could lift up half the planet? Because if they did,
come to Discord and find out.
This is the most credible place for One Punch Man knowledge. Got all the facts in this Discord.
All in one place.
Where did that come
all the facts for the people, man.
All right. So that pretty much covers the beginning portion with the Bang and Bomb fight. We may elaborate upon it throughout the conversation because there's a lot of stuff to add. But next, I want to talk about Fubuki and Pig God teaming up. What's going on there, bro? What's the prediction? What's good?
The great hero returns.
Oh yeah, let Matt get this one because he's always put respect on Pig God's name. So
the best thing about Pig, because like they obviously hinted towards this power more than anything. Like a few chapters ago when Pig God's like, Arthur uses power now, I've got to save it for the future. But the fact is, if it's vitality, Fubuki needs to heal people. She's got like the best source of vitality in here, Like first thing Pig God's concerned about is obviously Tank Top, but now he's literally got she's got like a little battery just to power herself. Just go, okay, Tank Top's healed. Who needs healing next? You need healing. You need healing. Like this any hero who gets out there now has a decent chance of getting back in. And I'm sure Pig God's be like, yeah, let me do it. That's gonna be great.
I don't know what this tag team is gonna like. When they say when Pig God just came out of the door, I was like, okay, now Fubuki and him are going to work together. I'm like, I don't know what's going to come of that at all. Like, I am left in the dark. I don't know.
What do you think, bro? Super Pig God. Then you already know.
Yeah, look, yeah. He talked about how he had like something in the tuck, so maybe that will show itself. But like, I don't know. I don't know.
Do you also think she could use her psychic power to like lift him up and like cannonball him at someone?
Oh
like, max
my
power.
Oh my god! So it's gonna be like who uses the move? Is it Yamcha? Like the spirit ball?
Yes, it's the spirit ball. Oh my god,
bro! Whenever you hear Yamcha, you know it's gonna be trash.
Come on! All right. Listen, I just read, not just, but I read Dragon Ball recently, man. I ain't gonna lie, Yamcha kind of trash. Like even there, like people say he fell off a Z. Nah, he fell off midway in Dragon Ball. Yeah.
Goku hit him so hard he broke the panel. That's how it starts for him.
All I ever remember about Yamcha, and I didn't even remember watching deep Dragon Ball like that, was whenever this nigga who looked just like Goku showed up with a scar on his face. I was like, oh, you about to be raw as hell, ain't it? Nah. Nah. Oh shit. No, I definitely owe Sundown.
Yeah, I think this is gonna go the way that Matt has predicted. I think Matt's got all the facts. Not for the people. Matt's the fact guy. But yeah, I think Fubuki's gonna make Pig God drop like 30 stone real quick and repair possibly Tank Top Master. He's the guy that looks like he needs repairing right now. And maybe anybody else that's out there injured. Maybe Bomb, do I dare say, if she gets the chance. I doubt she'll get the chance. She almost got her head taken off this chapter. So yeah, I think Tank Top Master might be coming back. We might get some like super skinny form of Pig God where he then uses his, I don't know, his Super Saiyan form or something, and he goes clapping cheeks everywhere else. God knows, but this could be exciting depending on how she goes around healing people.
What if you need to get somewhere really fast with the extra skin? He uses like a wingsuit and just flies somewhere.
So you're telling me he's going to use his like layers of now loose flesh to like fly across the map?
Horrible. It's just a loose skin. It would be like, Murata, maybe you need a break, mate.
Oh my god, the Luffy. He turns into the Luffy we didn't know we needed.
Here's a question. Like, if Fubuki uses like Pig God, and obviously this is all like speculation, we don't know what's going to happen, but do you think she can heal, like, let's say Darkshine, for example?
I'm gonna be fucking pissed. I'm gonna be, bro. If this boy, bro, we got a serious conversation to talk about for Zombie, because it not only they hint upon the future of the series, but it also gives hints on like Atomic Samurai and stuff. But if Fubuki continues to have this healing power that came out of nowhere get abused like this, I'm gonna be pissed. I'm gonna be effing pissed, bro. There was zero things in the story of One Punch Man alluding to that these people could heal. Nothing. It was supposed to be there, go out there and they get bodied, bro. Straight bodied, and that's it, bitch. You lost the arm? Damn, Yan Yan. Like, what was Fubuki to heal Yan Yan? Huh? I'm not saying she could attach limbs or make limbs grow. She's not with a He-Man. I'm just saying, like, Tank Top had that thing done to him, bro. Amai. Like, is Amai coming back now?
Yeah, she gonna stitch him back together. That's gonna be about 10-15 stone off Pig God, I think.
Yeah, I would have a lot of issues with that, but I'll go. This is a different direction I'm going. It's just like it will break the tension in the story if we know there's somebody who could at any given time turn it around and they'll be right back in the fight, because then it'll kind of be like what's the point? Like, how am I supposed to feel like devastated when one of the heroes go down when Fubuki's still up, and then there's a possibility she can heal them? And it's also the issue of like well, damn, is she going to run out of energy at any point?
It would have to make her a target. Like, she would have to be a priority of the thing. Like, the enemy would have to know that she's bringing them. Like, you would have to make the fact that she's healing people and bringing them back an actual like plot in the story. Like,
definitely. Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I'm agreeing with you, Grim. If like she starts healing people one of the monsters going to notice it and immediately go, I've got to take her out straight away, otherwise we're not getting out of here. I guess the other thing I'd say is if she's healing people, if it's about vitality, like, I mean, obviously her power comes into it as well, but if she needs other people's vitality to help her heal, like I said, that's why I gave Darkshine's example, because I thought that was pretty extreme. Like, you know, at the very least, get them in like a stable condition is what I'd be okay with. But like, I don't see like regrowing limbs or anything. Like that's where so like Zombie, to me, like Zombie's gone. I don't want him to come back. But like, you know, if someone's like in a bad state, let's say like Ion ends up in a bad state, and then like Fubuki could like stabilize him or something. But I don't think. Oh, also his arm's coming back.
Shit, bro. I'm just saying, bro. Like we all right. We're not webcomic readers here. We don't know what's gonna happen next. Generally, we do not know. But the reason why I think the podcast has been successful is because we're intuitive enough to read the context clues. We have great story comprehension, reading comprehension, whatever it is. We can read the story, talk about the things that have happened, the deeper things, and you guys relate to it. We all related to what happened to Tank Top, man. This nigga goes out there spread out, legs all backwards and shit. But like, you can heal that? Like what are we talking about here? Like I know there's gonna be excuses like, oh, this guy's big tough, the tank top, like all kinds of stuff to say.
Yeah, the tank top. Hey, like it's one of those things. If you are going, since you did that, you better expand on the lore of the tank top. Don't make it a meme anymore. Because you did that, explore that lore and make something out of that. Make it worthwhile while he survived that. Because I didn't like it because I was like, damn, we actually took out an S-class hero. But if it comes at the sacrifice of we actually go into that and there's something there, I still won't like it, but at least I'll be like, okay, you know, it's fine.
There has to be tank top lore. They've made it too much of a joke now. Just even before that, I was like, there's got to be something going on with the tank top. And this, they have to do a tank top origin story. Like, actually, like a chat of how did he get the tank top? I never thought it'd be a question I want to know. But I need to know the tank top lore.
Yeah, we bought the tank top.
No, I'm still not too curious about the tank top. I don't care too much, but I definitely do agree that, like, well, not even that I agree. He's already been doing it regardless. Like, it's been, if this is going to be a troll, then it's been a consistent troll. It's been supported because we've seen tank tops all throughout the story from the beginning to this point now. Even in the rescue mission, we're seeing new tank tops or tank tops that I'm not like, that I haven't seen as often or even remember. Like, it's not like he's abandoning that storyline. I would actually hope or wished that for the type tropes or the character tropes, that's probably the wrong word to use. The vampires, for example, right? Like we got dialogue from Pureblood that he was like the last living vampire or whatever. It'd be badass if that was wrong and we got to see vampires throughout the story, just like we see the tank top people. Like we don't see tank top girl and tank top doctor and those different tank tops often, or even in the side panels, or even like in the background that much. But like, we know when we do. That's something that I do support and I do like about the whole tank top thing. The fact that if it is going to be a background story point or plot point, he's consistent. You can, it's there. Like you remember this shit. Like, oh yeah, these are the tank top niggas. They're gonna come help or whatever. Like shit like that. That's why. Let me just end it there. Fucking tank top. That's my boy.
Leave for the tank top. That's all, you know. If you wear a tank top around your heart, it's all okay.
I was about to say, you gonna stop wearing tank tops in your videos?
So
he's gonna have a trench coat, a Stetson hat, tank top, and nothing else.
So then the Fubuki Pig God team up, it shouldn't be like her healing people, right?
I don't think so.
I think it'll be her healing at least tank top master. Let me just clarify. I don't think she's gonna go and repair a Maya mask. I think that's gonna be something else. If she pulls the Maya mask back together, then we're in for some bullshit, I think.
So what's the likelihood it's a tank top type scenario where she boosts him up to do something?
Do you think she could boost Tatsumaki using Pig God? And then like get her to a better fighting position?
Isn't that kind of like bitching Pig God? Like, what is he, just a battery for somebody else? Is he a good fade too?
I think they're going to use him for. Yeah, I genuinely think they'll use him for that because they hyped it like, oh, I guess I won't use this power just yet. So now they have an excuse like, oh, I can't use this power. I've used up too much energy helping people out.
I don't know.
Shit.
Yeah, I have nothing on that.
So moving on. After we dealt with the sperm tsunami of the previous chapter, it looks like the heroes are still encountering what it is, growing swarms or growing portions of the sperm army. But the Atomic Samurai just trying to encourage them to keep forward. We're seeing all the different fighters deal with the stuff. But it looks like we got a glimpse of what Black Sperm was talking about. With the extreme of the splitting, the tsunami, now we get the kaijus. Kind of like we talked about and predicted before. These look like a lot bigger than the one that formed to fight Atomic Samurai. And coincidentally, like, Smackdown Genos. Like, formed right up, I guess, right after Genos blew one up. Either another one formed right up or reformed, and then just smacked them right back down. Like, this is gargantuan. Like, compared to the smaller swarms, this is a gargantuan kaiju. Quick talk about Black Sperm, man. What's going on?
Black Sperm's just doing what he do, man. We knew he realized himself that he would have to form up to pose a threat to these heroes, because splitting up has its advantages, but not in some of the instances, or especially with Darkshine. But I'm surprised that Genos was the one who took the hit out of everybody. But it's just him adapting to the situation pretty much.
Yeah, I'm on a smaller. I think there's only the one kaiju, because like after he smashes Genos into the ground, you can see him all kind of grouping around his legs. So to me, I was like, oh, okay, they're crawling into the body to regenerate, like to make up for the lost mass. But yeah, Black Sperm is still just he's still being a problem.
Bro, you know how crazy that is, bro? Like even trying to make this realistic out of the story narrative. Like, you have somebody who can split on their own. So you see a bunch of black masses, a bunch of clones or whatever, and then they form up into a big ass portion like this, a big ass giant. And then now they're adding to the giant to make him stronger and regenerate by giving him more of those split clones. They can continue to make more split clones. That's the BS. Like, they can make the tsunami army can turn into a kaiju army. And then that kaiju army can turn into a Godzilla army. And that Godzilla army can turn into a... Bruh. He can do that thing to niggas, bro. Let's just say that, bro. Damn, bro.
And he could form up pretty fast. It's not like he has to build up time for everybody to get in position. Like, it's not like that.
He was midair. Genos was mid-attack, mid-air. The cannon hadn't finished blowing off.
Yeah.
Shit, bro. I don't know your niggas.
Was anybody else slightly disappointed by the impact of Black Sperm's attack? Because, like you guys are saying, I was like, yo, Black Sperm's he's quite big. Like, he's gargantuan compared to the smaller forms around him. But with all that mass, he only actually buries Genos a few feet deep into the ground. He doesn't. I thought that would have been a decent attack, like send Genos flying, maybe even a sizable crater in the ground. But it was only a body-shaped hole in the ground.
Genos is modern art proof now, so I think he's fine.
No, yeah, that's how I took it too. I took it more as a feat for Genos, because we did have this entire argument before about like he's got this new armor, this new upgrade or whatever. We saw what the maximum of the upgrade is: 10 seconds of above dragon earth cutter combat. What about the rest of it? When you're outside of that mode, how capable he is? We saw him collapse G5. I don't think it's that crazy to see him at a really strong skill level, probably a mid to high dragon or whatever. So this is, and we had that argument as to like whether Genos, after having used all that energy, looking like how he was, whether he would still be able to fight at a good level and make a difference. And I think this is another instance of confirming that. Not only could he like cut through gums like he did with Bang, but now he's out here taking big blasts from Black Sperm.
Also, does he like shudder when he goes past a museum? Does he just get nervous now? Or is he okay?
So let's keep pushing on to the Tatsumaki Genos relationship. Do you guys notice that like she's willing to work with Genos but not Bang?
He has gained respect for him in this arc. But I think too what it is just that I don't know. It's probably just because Gino saved her life twice. Why she be willing to work with him? But yeah, it seems like, but also too what it is that Tatsumaki wanted to like fend for herself, I think, and it's not like Genos is protecting her when they get in the stance with all the black sperm. It's just like, all right, you cover the back side, I cover the front. And maybe she's realizing the threat that black sperm poses too.
Yeah, and I think the relationship's slightly different as well, because I think with Genos, the question is always him turning around saying, "Can you still fight?" rather than saying, "You should probably lie down and take a rest." So maybe that's what annoys her a little bit about Bang and the rest of them, where they kind of say, "Okay, yeah, you've done enough. Just take a chill pill now." Whereas Genos is more like, "Continue fighting if you can."
I think she just wants that meat, bro. Too bad Gino's on that one.
Or she
Say
do.
what meat?
It's never just respect, is it?
Because we don't really often get that little smirk and smile from her. Like we saw her give her smile to King. You know, he's capable. Maybe this is her realizing that he is competent. He is capable. Because Genos is always there helping, bro. Like people make fun of his like or like his like commando type demeanor. You know, like even when he was talking to Fubuki or to Bang, he was like, "Hey, I only serve Master Saitama." And then Bang was like, "Hey, relax, bro." like I think that's actually attractive to her because this is the initiative he takes. Like he's a battle expert. Like as much as niggas want to talk shit about Genos, as much as Elsie he takes, like I think nobody's fought more than Genos. Or close. Genos probably has the most fights, bro. He be in there doing that thing to niggas, bro, as much as he can. So I think that's what she finds most attractive. That's why she's like willing to work with him, because she's seeing his ferocity.
I think the main thing is I hope this just stays throughout the series now, in terms of like she'd listen to King when King would do stuff and be like, "Okay, that's good." I hope in the future, whenever Genos does something, she's gonna be like, "All right, Genos, you've good job." You know, I want her to like still after this be like, "Okay, I can count on King and I can count on Genos."
Yeah, that regression thing may get annoying. So now let's go to the highlight of the chapter. Aside from the Bang and Bomb fight, the second most hypest thing, the game changer. Vomited Fuhrer ugly. Oh boy. Let me just get your impressions, bro, of the return, bro. Like Fuhrer before and Fuhrer now. Like impressions on the character and what he's done in general. Like, what are you thinking?
Dog, I'm not gonna lie. When Black Sperm said I'm leading, like I know I went straight to Black Sperm, but when he said I'm leading this murder race, I'm like, I looked at him, I said, "No, the fuck you aren't. You didn't catch no bodies. You want to know who got bodies? You're ugly."
Monster. What an absolute villain.
He should have had the body with Tank Top Master too. Like, think about all that he's done. Obviously, we expect him to come back, but we have these are people he have under his belt. Sweet Mask, Tank Top Master. If it wasn't for Bane, he would have probably had Genos under his belt too. He is an absolute monster. He's still going, and right now they can't even touch him. He's like, he was already scared before, just in his demeanor and how brutal he was, but now he's toxic, stank. You like can't be around him, you can't touch him, you don't want to be killed by him. He's a true monster.
He's got the most, like, I know it's the only real death, but like what a first death for genuinely anyone. He spit and burnt through his skull. Like, that's like, he grabbed his sword and was like, get this out of here, you're dead. That's it. And he's happy. Like, this is what I loved about Fury before, but now he's got like more power behind him too. He's scary. He's a scary monster.
He ugly. Like this dude. Look at him. And the thing with did I get it right, or did I read it right that he's basically, is he dying as he's going through this kind of vicious attacking of people?
I don't know what's happening, bro. Like, I don't know what's happening with this nigga, bro. Like,
I think it is. I think he's like, you know how like he could like change his like muscle mass and grow bigger and stuff. I think he's doing that at the same time as melting to stop it.
I didn't even think about that shit at all, bro. Damn. Yeah, he could do that.
Wait, Matt, say that one more time.
You know how like he can change his muscle mass?
Yes.
Before, what he's probably doing is he's increasing his muscle mass. So there's like more at the acid to eat at. So he's basically creating more of himself to get eaten at the acid, and he just creates it again.
I see what you're saying.
But surely that can't be an indefinite thing where it's just like, because if he's getting eaten in his big form, does that mean that he's just continuously like growing into that same big form, even though it just got melted down? Can
exactly, bro. It would imply that like Fury can get to beefcake size, and I don't think that's realistic.
I never thought of it like that. Like, I know like he create like his size, but I never thought of him like, it's not like he can like change his size to like giant size or anything.
Well, he would have to get there because under your implication, which that extreme, it seems reasonable that he's swelling up just like his power was, because that's what Supreme Mustachio said, that he's swelling up and then melting, and that correlates. That's probably exactly what's happening, that he's trying to grow bigger because of all the pain and agony. And that's what people are mentioning, that the reason why Fury Ugly is stronger right now is because of emotional turmoil. Just like Metal Bat gets stronger the more damage you do to him, it's like Garou gets stronger whenever he's pushed to an extreme. Whenever Fury Ugly experiences enough emotional turmoil, then he'll become stronger. That's why he got so pissed and started to get deformed like that. As the more he was talking shit, the more bad things were happening. So this correlates with that too. That like he says he feels humiliated in bears or something like that. Like, just melted down eye sockets pulling out. You dirty, bro. You ugly, but he was talking shit to Amaya before about like, hey, we get the same hoes, bitch. We just get them in different ways. Like, like Fury was out there talking shit, but he thought he was cute. Now he's humiliated. So it would make sense that like the reason why he's stronger in this form is because he grew to that strength, to that size and that strength, and he's like just continually melting. So that's technically Fury's skin right there. Acid and just acid, but. That would be my interpretation, bro. I agree with you until you get to that extreme. Because what is he going to stay the same size forever?
I got to check on one thing to give this prediction real quick. Oh, yeah, okay. I wanted to make sure. Because I was thinking about who could possibly take out Fury Ugly right now, vomited Fury Ugly right now. Because I don't think we already seen, because when I was live reacting to it and he did what he did to Darkshine, I was like, okay, so you can't touch him. So martial artists are also out of the question now. So I was thinking swordsman, and then he proved like that wasn't gonna work either.
That's funny,
so I was
bro.
like, okay, hey man, hey, it is what it is, man. So then like the next thing was I'm like projectiles, okay, but I'm like, does Genos have enough to take out Fury Ugly? I don't know. So what I'm thinking might happen if Evil Natural Water did not go out in an anticlimactic fashion, that he might come and take out Vomited Fury Ugly, just because well, it's acid, and also because we know that Evil Natural Water reacts to negative emotions. So he would be like the powerhouse for negative emotions right now.
Oh shit!
I like that.
Oh shit, bro! You can't fight the Cadres, bro. Yo, bro.
That's not my answer. I was like, Melbat's got an unbreakable bat. He'll just come and hit him. That was it. But that's better.
Oh shit, yo! If evil natural water comes back into play, yo, this niggas was talking about. No. Cycles was talking about if sperm and homies get together, that's that thing. We literally come on screen, on panel, and see not only are Gums and Fear working together, the body, pig god, and tank top, but when Gums fucks Fear over, he gets stronger? Now you're telling me if even natural water senses that Fear is mad, he finna get big strong? Nigga, stop! Bro, this is a whole unit, bro. A whole team, man. A whole squad, bro. These niggas is suited, bro. How you gonna beat Fear?
It's kind of funny too, because if it works out in that way, it's just like I don't know if you guys have ever seen like the Cinnamon Toast Crunch commercial where they like just eat each other. It would be kind of like that. It's like you had Gums who it wasn't like they ate each other, but it's like they kind of fused their powers. Gums, if you're ugly, and then it's like, all right, now evil natural water takes that shit from them, and then it could be something to where like evil natural water gets like some upgrade, like toxic evil water or something like that.
Like polluted natural water.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my, I didn't even think about it in reverse. Y'all niggas are tripping, bro. Yo, he did suck up that oil, bit. What if he sucked up that acid? Yo, bro, I did not agree with you saying that even natural water is gonna attack Fear, but bruh, what if the nigga gets some
if even natural water is not gone, I don't see who else he would attack except for Fury in this situation. Just because he's off panel, we don't know where he's at, where he could be. If he's not gone, because like that's my only stipulation, of course, because I'm still just wary on the way Dark Shine took him out.
But so doesn't water kind of I don't think neutralize, but doesn't it weaken acids? So surely if Fury Ugly's like on death's door right now, wouldn't he turn on evil natural water and try to wash himself down?
Bro, this nigga trying to bring in the chemistry of.
I got science. We got facts for days.
Science, bitch.
Nigga trying to dilute pH levels and shit.
Sundown brings the facts in the podcast.
Yeah,
that's
bro.
what we're saying.
No, it's not gonna dilute the shit, dog. Damn, Sundown. And if it happens, fuck you.
What?
Damn, bro.
We got him so goddamn polluted natural water that the most guy goes, well, maybe it could weaken him. He's like, fuck Sundown.
Like, who does that, bro? Nah, Fear was definitely a dynamic part of this chapter, man. Let's talk about that double Super Ally Bazooka clash. Shit, what's up?
I got nothing to say. Nothing at all. Nothing happened. I didn't see anything.
What happened to the big boy, bro? Oh, he big strong. The bees, bro. I'm gonna catch the earth.
Look. Okay. I'll say this much. It's always been like two type of characters that I feel like you get the ultimate caveats for, and that's like for one, fast people, just because like if things were to actually work out how disregarding the actual narrative, if you have someone that's so fast that you can't react to them, they should win damn near every fight, but that's never going to happen. So those are that's the type of characters I put caveats on. And then there's always these characters which I don't understand how it's not utilized more, but it's characters with poison. It's such an easy method of killing people, as long as you know how to handle it right. And it just, a lot of people don't use it. It's one of those things where it circumvents so much. It circumvents speed, strength, all of that. Because if you just get that one hit in, I mean, damn. It should be over for most like humanoid enemies. So with what's going on with Darkshine, like it's understandable what happened to him. It's just like what gets me with Darkshine is the fucking eek. Oh my god, I'm tired. I'm so tired, man. You can't be 7 feet tall, muscles coming out your ears, yelling eek when you get hurt, bro. I can't do it.
What will give him? And I want to be clear, like this isn't like when Garou was gonna, I'm gonna pull your ears, Eek. This is like acid melted him down to the bone. I feel like Eek's okay here.
No, Matt. I'm not saying he can't cry out in pain. I'm just asking for like give me something more masculine. Give me something like that. Don't give me the oh man, why?
Bruh. Nigga sound like a mine. So if you had to, or looking at this, is it just, or if you had to do it, right? If you had to adjust the stocks, you're a stock guy. You have to, right? Taking into account the scenario and how it's going to affect everything. Does Darkshine stock have to go up from this? Is Fear stock only going up from this? Or can Fear stock go up and Darkshine stock go down or not change? Like, what happens to these guys? Is like, what is your opinion of these guys because of this directly? I know we're just clowning him. I know we're basically just saying that, like, oh, what's going on here? But like, this is a super alloy double bazooka, bro, and this is Fear ugly.
Well, I think for me, Darkshine's stock has to drop because we finally found something which actually damages him, as well as the fact that Fear Ugly managed to match his attack strength wise. So not only was he matched in terms of strength, in terms of they just cancel each other out, just like Garou cancelled out Bomb's attack. We had the exact same kind of thing here, and his skin gets melted away down to the bone, and then he does the eek as well. But Fear Ugly, his stock has to increase, man. I mean, this guy's he's going around the battlefield, smacking people across the head, and he's loving every second of it. The guy's just crazy.
Matt?
Yeah, I mean, Furious is going up. Ever since he's like, I don't know who's running the stock market, because every time like Furious on screen, he's just going up in stock. He just like, I'm like watching the stock go up. I'm like, buy Fury, that's fine, sell it.
Ugly coin going up.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I was gonna say Fury coin, and I think ugly coin is a lot better thing to call it.
I got me that ugly, bro. I popped me a whole bunch of ugly today,
I think,
bitch.
and I do think Sundown, like, I was like, no, Darkshine will stay the same, but the fact that Sundown did point, we do actually have, like, a weakness for Darkshine. And while it's not necessarily a common weakness, it's like, it's still poison and acid. It's not like a rare one either. So I think his stock does drop a little, yeah.
I mean, we've seen what it did to Black Sperm. We have to have a conversation about, like, the potential or the result of what this is doing to Darkshine. Like, sure, it's a weakness, or it's just a regular thing. I guess it's not really a weakness. It's just it's how it works. Is this gonna like melt his hands off? Like, what is the true potency of this acid in contrast to Darkshine? Are we expecting his chest to have a hole in it? Is he out of commission? Like,
I guess that's something that you could use to like also hype up Darkshine a little bit, which is odd. Just because we see Black Sperm literally melt. Obviously, it was wait, let me check back with it when Black Sperm got hit. I'm just trying to see like how much did Fear Ugly spit at him. Well, obviously he's smaller, so it'll be more for him anyway.
Yeah, but it's like he spit like a puddle that encapsulated like 3-4 Black Spins, I think.
Yeah. Either way, like, we're not seeing any effects of it right now where his body is literally melting. It's just he's in pain, and it looks like his tan is coming off too. So there's that.
That's what you mean his tan's coming off? Oh, nigga, that's what? That's skin.
What was it? What? So that's his bone?
Where?
Yeah, those are his bones, I think. Showing through his fist.
Yeah, right there. You see the little lump right there? Yeah.
Bones. Damn. You can see where his knuckles are.
Oh fuck! I didn't even see it. Yo. melted to his bones, bro.
Yes. And you guys like, he eats.
Yo, he's gonna get like what a Luffy type scar in his chest.
Luffy.
Yeah.
No.
Or it's gonna burn all the way through. One of the two.
That's what I want. I just want on the fingers 3D2Y. That's all I want to do.
It's just gonna melt away the fake tan he's got on.
Just a little nod to the One Piece readers out there. That's all it'll be.
Oh, junk. And then yeah, man, like so let's talk about Zombie, right? Two aspects.
It's gonna be a short conversation.
Do you know what annoys me? Is like I finally took the time to learn their name.
Oh my God.
I was like Michirin, Amahara. I always forgot Zombi's name. I can never remember it. And then he goes and does this chapter.
Man, I told as soon as these guys came in, I said, all right, the one that matters is Nichiri. That's it. That's all I'm gonna give you. That's all I'm like. I'm out after that. I thought the other guys would be fodder. I didn't know he was gonna die though. I didn't think that was gonna happen. Not in that way either. Jesus Christ.
God damn, bro. Like his guy is gone for sure. Like two points.
If he's still alive, dude, if he like this has gone down through his brain, if he lives,
Yeah.
Out of his brain from the back.
You can pick up in the shop and go, wait a minute, and then just
So the first one we'll ask is like, so he's dead.
Yes.
I hope so. Yes.
I hope so.
Is that?
That was good. No, he's doing a good impression.
Oh. All right. So we're doing this now?
Doing what? Killing people?
Like, didn't we get a whole retcon to not kill the
Jet Nice Guy.
Jet Nice Guy?
Yeah, because he died during Deep Sea King. Well, we all thought he died. He was like, but because he was part robot, he came back as like Jet Nice Guy 2.0.
Oh, and then
Was anyone else or?
I was thinking the Narinki squad.
He got a record, but I mean, like in terms of actual story, because there was a time where they just like guy's dead, like they said that, and then later on he came back. But like at least with Narinki squad, that was like okay, that's not part of the story anymore. But this, like, unless this gets like retconned as well, like this like redraw, but by all means it shouldn't because it's good. Like this is like the first proper official death of any character in One Punch Man.
Okay, so you're just asking, is Murata going to make it official? But didn't we already have the one Narinki guy die? Even in the redraws, like he was like officially dead.
Yeah, he was killed by a monster though. I guess this guy's killed by a monster too. Yeah,
I did. I forgot like the leader of Narinki squad got killed as well.
Yeah. Okay. And that's confirmed. Like he got yeah. He had a whole goodbye thing to Bushido and shit.
Bro, if he come back, like it's just like okay, bro. Like what significance does he have left?
You really can't do this brutal of a murder if you're gonna keep bringing him back like this.
I think you're absolutely right, Gro. I think this is too brutal just to be like to be and he's back and he's got an eye patch now, you know.
He gonna need more than an eye patch.
Big one.
fine. Man.
The problem is that like we still have the possibility of a Mike coming back. Like he's a main character, a main cast member, and in S class. I'm not under any like impression that he's like just out of it, especially with like that region stuff we got from him. He's a weird character. He's weird. So I'm not selling the fact that he's gone for sure. I definitely have like a quarter or two pulled away for a My Mask coming back, but this is not that. Like we see Zombie Man get killed in all kinds of dirty ways all the time, and that's fine. But like this is not the same thing as Zombie Man. Like we can understand that as readers, 100%. If like Murata's trying to soften the blow or like make that the extreme of murder, like Zombie Man in the series, then I don't think it's working because we're still like actively looking for death. Like we're still every single one of these fights has to involve it. Every fight has to involve that the threat of being defeated, a threat of death. I'm not saying that every single fight we expect somebody to die, on the hero side, but like there should be that threat. And if when we get it seriously, Tank Top comes back, why should I not doubt every character?
Yeah, I think it's fair to doubt things, and it's not just because of what's been happening in One Punch Man. It's just with series like this in general. It's just like, I don't know. With a lot of these battle series like this, it's hard to come by death, and for it to remain to be death. So, like, I think it's fair to be skeptical, but the reason why I think it's because this character doesn't have too much significance at all. It's just he's there to fill up a roster pretty much. So he's not a character that has like any narrative significance. So I think it wouldn't serve the plot well to keep him alive. Like, why show that and keep that character alive?
I get
like
that, but it's not like Murata or One hasn't sacrificed like big story impact to not kill. Like, that's, we know in terms of censorship, that's a big thing in like any place you go. Like, whether you kill in the series or not is a mark that like they decided to do. If it's a series story, like, or a historical event, like Kingdom or whatever, sure, maybe we don't pay attention to that as much. Maybe they just kill. But like, maybe the fact that like they're reaching a bigger audience, they have to or think about that. I'm not sure. Even that argument to me, I'm not 100% sold by it, because we kill Zombie Man like every 2 chapters, like in a gruesome way too. So we've seen disgusting ways for people to die, especially like this. But like, I don't know, bro. Like,
kill his nigga. Say he dead, man.
Kill his nigga.
Yeah, I mean, like, what you're saying about, I kind of get what you're saying, but like with Amai and Zombie Man, it's already been established. Like, we know something weird's going on with Amai, so for us, we're like, okay, Amai's coming back. There's no way they're just going to kill off Amai like that. With Zombie Man, we know, obviously, yes, he dies a lot, but because we know he comes back, he regenerates. But Zombie is literally, his role in this fight is to go, okay, these guys, this is a guy who's comparable to other S-class heroes in terms of skill, and this is how quickly he got dealt with by one of the cadres. This guy's a problem, so like they go, okay, we need to watch out because look how quickly he dispatched this guy.
I agree, like that's a good reason as to why he should die. I'm just saying that, like, well, like I was saying before, I didn't finish it. They sacrificed the death of the Narinki squad when that gave Amai development. Like, that was a huge plot point for Amai. Crazy huge plot point. We had never seen a hero do that. We had heard about Flashy Flash going after criminal heads, quote unquote, the people who were adversaries or doing bad things, quote unquote, but we had never seen a hero straight out go clean for innocents or innocent people, even allies like that. That really built for Amai's character, but they just removed it. So I'm saying that I agree with you, all your sentiments. I'm just saying that, like, I don't put it past One or Murata to not kill this nigga.
But with Narinki squad, did they say why they redid that? Was it because it was too brutal, or was it to accommodate to the webcomic or something, or
because they gay?
Oh, was that?
Yeah, that was in the translator notes.
Yeah,
I was doing this streaming, the chat. Like, why did they draw it? Oh, because they gay.
All right.
Okay. There you go. You're the artist, mate. You do what you want.
You heard it here first.
Yeah.
If y'all was wondering about that,
there you go. Dropping news.
Man, they need to use these pictures in like the counter campaign against skin bleaching in Asia. This would work, dude.
Oh my god.
Oh shit.
Oh, wait. I would have talked. It's significant, but it's pissing me off. Why does Murata keep forgetting what shoe Tatsumaki doesn't have? He keeps doing it, bro. He did it like 5 times in the chapter. He keeps putting it on the like. Well, actually, I don't know. I don't even know like the original one. But like, if you look throughout the chapter, you look what shoes not on her foot. He keeps switching it from her left to her right, to her left to her right. I don't know why he keeps doing that.
The sperm, bro. He keep grabbing him. Sperm keep grabbing him.
And she's just like grabbing and switching on the wrong foot.
Exactly. He just keeps like swapping between the two. That's all it is. He's like Kira.
It'll be hilarious if in the anime we get a little filler portion of Black Sperm stealing her shoes and she trying to get them back.
I mean, might as well like put some plot towards it. He did it within one page too. If you look on page 11, you see Tatsumaki doesn't have the panel on her right foot, and then on the very next panel, she doesn't have it on her left. And then it goes right back to her right.
He trolling, bro. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I think he had some pretty good speed features with his attack when he first showed up, Zombie. So were you guys impressed that Fury was able to catch his attack that came from the side? It was a sneak attack. Caught his blade and then broke it like that?
Nah, I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, I thought he'd be able to do that. What impressed me was just how damn acidic this acid is. I mean, like, apart from his face going missing, his sword melting through so quick, and then their swords melting through so quick. Both Atomic Samurai and was it Nichirin? That's crazy.
Yeah,
especially because we had that whole conversation last time about how Atomic's sword was going to be like some crazy built sword, like nothing could break it and stuff like that. And then the next chapter, Murata was, "I'll show you guys. You think you got back,
bro?" I hate this man.
All right, boys.
I'm telling you, bro.
He just finished drawing that as he was listening to it, and he just burst out laughing.
Atomic's blade.
Exactly. And then after that, he's like, right, Nichirin's getting a special attack to do now. It's great.
Dude, Murata must be rolling thinking about Metal Bat's bat.
Yo, that's the only hope we have right now, bro. The only thing they told us is super strong. The bat made of special material, bro.
We talk about this like every 2 podcasts. This unbreakable metal bat. This has to be great. Otherwise, like, the build up just from the podcast alone is ridiculous.
Yeah, his back can never break, bro. Oh, we're credulous.
I swear, if Fury just picks it up and just like snaps it on his knee, I'm gonna take a break from the podcast, guys.
But this is the ferocity of Fury Ugly. Like, not only can an individual as strong and as fast as Darkshine, because once again, if you remember, Darkshine speed blitzed Fury Ugly to get behind him and then attacked him, and Fury was able to match that his super durable bazooka with a forearm melting punch, and matched it. Then caught, even though you guys don't think it's impressive, caught Zombie's blade, broke it, and then tanked an atomic slash in a Ei Rahu Ashura slash, which it seems like the blade didn't actually do contact with them because it looks like they melted, but still, man, like, what does this put like what position? How does this change the battlefield in regards to what's going on currently? If Black Sperm still can produce his sperms from now, and he's now moving to his kaijus, which are now even out positioning Genos to an extent. Fury Ugly is now back on the battlefield, and Home was just sitting there just cooling it. And now the arrival of Garou on the battlefield. Have the tables completely turned? Like, the complaints we were talking about before, there's too many heroes, there's not enough monsters, is that out of the window now?
I think you're forgetting that Atomic Samurai still has his toothpick. So he's got this.
Does he still have the blade that he gave to Ian?
Yeah, so all Ian's got to do is give him that.
Yeah, give me that shit back, boy. I'm using that motherfucker way better than you.
Sit on the
You
bench,
better-
you've done your time.
That's what I
You better
was.
sit on the bench. You better get my shit back.
I was assuming that too, that would probably happen, but like, I think Murata's gonna do something to take Ian out of the battle, like have him get hit one time, and then Atomic saves him by picking up a sword or some shit like that, and then he's like, all right, just chill out for a little bit. But that's the next target, bro. I don't think anybody else, like, maybe take Zombie's sword, but then Nichirin has to get a blade too because he's bladeless too. So I don't know, man. They're probably gonna have to get another one somehow.
I mean, if it's about power, can Spring Mustachio just kind of give him his sword as well?
I don't think so. I honestly think the story probably wouldn't allow that. Probably wouldn't. Yeah. I don't know.
I don't see that. It's because of the type of blade he has.
Especially that, yeah. I honestly don't know the solution for this. Like, of course, Atomic Samurai is going to need his blade to pull out his full power like this. And these are not individuals who he shouldn't be using his full power up against, especially with the presence of Garou in the battlefield. I know we had a conversation earlier about the expectation of Bang and Bomb fighting together. That if Bomb can't beat Bang, if Bomb can't beat Garou, then our current expectation for Bang beating Garou isn't that high, even though we don't know what's going to happen next. And if even they aren't enough to hold him down or hold him off or do what they want, then we're potentially talking about the other heroes getting involved. And without all trolling aside, Darkshine is still a viable threat for Garou, Atomic Samurai is still a viable threat for Garou, and the other Kaiser can still pose a viable threat for Garou. Not to mention Genos is one of the individuals who needs to get a rematch. People are talking shit about him, saying like he's not full power yet or whatever, or anymore or whatever, but I'm still holding on to the belief that a rematch between Garou and Genos right now would still be a thing to watch. So, what's up?
As you get deeper into the arc, then the possibility that happening slims, at least to the point where it's going to be interesting enough, because Garou's style of getting stronger after each fight is just going to make any fight between him and Genos less and less interesting, and it drains the possibility of it happening. Because if we expect him to get stronger after fighting Bang, then like, damn.
Let me ask you a question then. Would you call bullshit if Metal Bat fought Garou on par? Not off the bat. I'm talking about he gets the whole Senior Centipede Ruffle-Cidian treatment. Like Garou puts that work on him, bro. Straight cooks that ass. A whole gourmet meal out them cheeks. But then Fighting Spirit kicks in. Would it be BS to you to have Metal Bat seriously fight Garou?
Do you want my serious answer or like my Satsuki answer? Which one first?
Yes.
There's
Serious?
E.
Okay. My serious answer is okay. My serious answer.
He laughed.
My serious answer is Metal Bat's power is already bullshit.
Oh no!
It's already bullshit. Like, I'm gonna keep it real with you. Like, there's no way you should be getting your ass stronger progressively. Like, it's even with Garou, it makes sense just because he learns techniques within the fight, and then he picks up certain things, and then he gets a feel for certain things. That's not what happened with Metal Bat. With Metal Bat, he literally gets stronger and faster. It's like, wait, huh? What? That shit is bullshit already. So, like, if he were to do that, I can't say nothing because he already was bullshit before. So I don't know what to say. The Satsuki answer would have been like, I don't give a fuck. It's Metal Bat. That's my favorite character. He better be fighting on par.
Yeah, that's right. My boy. Hell yeah. What about y'all boys?
I mean, it's like, well, with Metal Bat's damage at least, it's not like he doesn't take damage. The damage is just ignored, because literally to the point where he was so done with the fight, Garou Zenko just like smacked him on the back of the head and he was down and he was unconscious. But there wasn't a fight there, and we know Zenko's like, top tier.
I was about to say.
Yeah, I mean, she's Metal Bat's little sister. She's got to have the same fighting spirit, But even then, like,
little sis.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Okay.
Continue, Matt.
Step away from the microphone.
I mean, to me, he's still injured. That's the main thing for me in terms of him fighting on par with Garou. It's not like I think we're at a point now, and especially like what we saw with Bomb. There's no one really who can fight solo with Garou. If it is, you've got to fight there's got to be a couple of you against Garou at this point. So I think he could go in and do some damage, but he's not fighting on his own if he does.
No.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like if Metal Bat comes across this Garou, he's gonna get his ass beat. He's gonna get his ass beat into the next week. And even with his fighting spirit, I feel like just judging by what we saw from Garou this chapter, where he was able to identify that Bomb was about to use one of his whirlwind technique fists, or fist techniques, I think he would remember what happened the last time he fought Metal Bat, and that he would need to put him out, rather than just kind of hoping that he'd knocked him out and then that fighting spirit comes out again and puts him in a bad position. So I think if he was against Garou, with his previous experience and with his current power, Garou would clap him.
You know we're talking about Metal Bat, right?
Yes, sir. Maybe his bat would stay alive.
All right, so so are the heroes losing this right now? Like, are they going to lose? Everything stays how it's going right now. Are they going to lose?
It ain't looking good. It's not looking good. I mean, so Metal Bat and King are on the sidelines on their way, and apart from that, it's whenever Saitama and Flashy show up. So it's starting to look bad for them. I think we're starting to get to a point where they need to show up, and then after that, Saitama can show up.
So you don't, because right now, what was it? Zombie and Child are gone. We don't know where they're gone to. Child, good.
I forgot about those two.
Good. And I have Child Emperor. He said it's not like I don't have another one. All right, it's not like I don't have something else, alluding to him having some other power outside of Brave Giant, or maybe another Brave Giant, whatever it is. He's not out of commission yet, as far as we know. The same thing can be said for Gums and Supernatural Water, in my opinion. Maybe not as much for Gums, even though I still think he's going to return. But Supernatural Water was not defeated by a punch from Dark Giant. So,
sorry, I completely forgot Rover. Rover's still somewhere as well.
Rover's still somewhere as well, but we don't have any hint for him to arrive in the battle. Like, I'm not saying that we're gonna end the arc with him underground or something like that, but like, when, bro? Like, when? Do you know how crazy that is? Garou just showed up, and now shit's looking bleak. Fuhrer's out here melting blades and shit, spitting on niggas. Like, bruh, just shit's looking bleak right now. And you're telling me Rover won't, like, even if we get Child Emperor back, and we get Flashy, and Metal Bat arrives, and King arrive, I think Rover arriving alone would change that. No?
Yeah, no, sorry. I think it would go back to the monster failure. I think if Rover arrives, that's when it's like, okay, look, now we need Saitama, because it's not looking good for the heroes. We need Saitama to show up now.
I mean, I'd agree with Matt in the first instance and the second instance, which is it's not looking good for the heroes either way. Pretty much every known swordsman we have is missing their sword, and unless Child Emperor has like a whole bunch of swords just chilling in his backpack, then the swordsmen are basically useless. I mean, even Flash's sword, I think that was broken, right? It broke in the last few chapters we saw him in. So he doesn't have a sword. Atomic doesn't have a sword. Nichirin doesn't have a sword. Zanbai doesn't have a face. Spring Mustachio has a sword.
Oh, the guy with dreads, I think he has swords in his feet.
He has two swords.
No, he got more. He got swords in his feet. I think he has swords in his feet.
Yeah. So he's doing good for himself at the moment. But the rest of the swordsmen are basically useless. Unless, once again, we do go back to the atomic toothpick.
Or we go One Piece and he hit him with the no sword style.
Stop!
Yeah, Satsuki's a real fan, he knows.
There we go.
I'll cut you with my thoughts.
You would love an atomic slash with no sword.
Hell no. Hell no, bro.
He's saying that, but he would love it. He just splits the air with like his arm.
It's not
Grim would actually cry it.
He'd love it. He'd be incredible. I worked on this technique for a while. Should have a sword. Focused atomic slash comes back. No sword.
Yo!
Yeah, he do some like Billy Yoda shit where he just has the hilt of the sword and like a little piece of the blade.
Y'all niggas hyping up atomic too, but spray you on the body, everybody. Hey, watch out, Garou, nigga. Hey, Boros, tighten up, bitch. Tell me what to do.
All right.
To niggas.
See, I wouldn't be mad at something like that if the monsters weren't this level. Like if it's just like even if it's like demons, I think like low demons. If he did something like that, I would be like, okay. But since we're dealing with like, nah.
Yeah, that's why I don't know. I don't believe it because like even up against like regular like the regular monsters or regular tigers or whatever, he'll pull out a sword like that famous panel where like it's a slash. The entire panel is a slash, and inside of the slash you see Atomic Samurai and the monsters cut up behind him or whatever. Like he uses his blade for everything. So like besides like just fucking around or playing around or whatever, like I think he's gonna either take the guy with dreads. Take his blades. He's gonna. I think he has more than 2. If he has more than 2, he's probably gonna give one to Atomic and Ichirin. And then it is what it is. And I think where's Bushido and Okamatachi? They're asleep, right? Yeah, they're asleep somewhere. They have blades because remember the circular thing, the cone on Bushido's thing. That's like a cover, just like a weapon attachment or whatever. He has a blade underneath it that's attached to that, so he can pull that off. And I think he has another one too. And maybe Okamatachi has maybe just one, but there are definitely more blades that could be used here. It's not like they're completely out of it. Yan doesn't have to give his up, but I think he might. I think he might give Atomic his back and try and make a run for Bushidrills or Okamatachi's, and then some sperm will body him on the way.
The only thing is, like, we're talking about blades, and I want them to get swords back, but they don't currently have a way of fighting against Fiora, if that's who they're up against. I mean, like, the only way I could think about it is the air slash, like that Atomic did a couple times. He's done it a couple times. I know Kamatachi's done it before. But apart from that, they don't have a solid way of actually hurting Fiora.
Yeah, it kind of ties back into, I think, what Matt was alluding to, which is because of this tight situation they're in, I personally feel like there needs to be a reorganization of the heroes across the battlefield. So in this situation, there's no way the swordsmen are going to beat Fiora Ugly unless they see some mad weakness, which none of us have seen. And Darkshine doesn't look like he's in a good position at the moment either. So unless he like starts using his floppy hands and his bones to punch through Fiora Ugly, which could get quite gruesome, I doubt that's going to happen. But there might be other heroes across the... is there anybody capable right now of fighting against Fiora, like, effectively? Do we have any, like, Genos, maybe?
He's the only guy I can think of with Incinerator.
Yep, distance attacks. Or, there's been... okay, so I didn't mention this, because I think it's BS. It should be mentioned as a way to include all ideas. So, apparently Pig God and Genos were both in the saliva of Gums. Or they were in Gums' stomach. And there's a quote that Genos is saying, digestive fluids. So people are implying that Gums and Genos, or that Pig God and Genos, or inside of Gums, they were touching the digestive fluid, and they were not melting as we see. I don't agree with that. I think it's saliva that they were on. I think it's saliva that they had on their bodies. Because this here that we're seeing doesn't look exactly like the panels that I was shown. Maybe if they're in the chat already, or maybe if you guys can find it. It's whenever she's gonna be in this fight. It's gonna be when they're on the surface, but I don't remember the exact chapter number. But that's what people are saying, that Pig God and Genos already survived the acid and they were inside of Gums, so maybe they have a chance.
Nah.
That's right. They stupid.
That's cap. That's cap.
Yeah. Big cap.
That's cap.
That shit creditless as hell. If you're about to clap.
It could just be something as simple as Tatsumaki literally goes, okay, Genos, go over there. And she literally swaps them. Like she sends Genos over there and she grabs the swordsman and brings him over to her. That could do it, but I doubt that's possible.
Oh, that's what Fubuki's about to do.
could she do something to where like she reinforces their fist with her psychic powers? So then it's kind of, I hate that I always got to compare One Punch Man. I always got to compare One Punch Man and One Piece, but in this case, it's kind of valid. Think about the Luffy versus Magellan fight where he used the candle wax to fight Magellan. Something where Tatsumaki can reinforce their fist with like a barrier, even if it's like a light coating, as long as it doesn't touch them. Like if she used that on Darkshine, for example, I think he would be effective in a fight with Fear Ugly.
The only problem with that, and niggas have made a joke about it, is that the only thing not melting is the blades have melted. Like, are we expecting concrete to not melt? Like, if the ground doesn't melt to this, realistically, because we're not seeing good angle of it, then sure, she could take the rocks and put it around their arms and have them fight. But if this acid can even burn through the blades of Atomic and Zombai mid-slice, Nichirin mid-slice, and they finished their attacks, their quick speed attacks, and by the time they were trying to sheath their blades, it was already melted off. So if that's the case, that's how fast and how strong it is. I don't think covering your hands is really going to protect you.
I don't mean covering their hands with like physical things. I'm saying Tatsumaki wraps their hands around in the actual barrier. And then
like a Whitebeard.
Yeah. You could, yeah.
Or like when she made barriers earlier for them. That also, too.
You mean the barriers that Yan cut out his way out of?
Yes, sir.
Or the barrier that Gums broke with his teeth?
All it has to do is not melt. We don't know like what the barriers are would melt if the acid were to touch it.
I don't see how. It's psychic energy.
Exactly, so that might be the way. I mean, if it's a case of, it might be like, as long as like Fury didn't hit the barrier himself, then they could still attack. But without that, but obviously if Fury was to like say like they did what he did before, Super Alloy Bazooka against the Cave-In Punch, like it'd just be the barriers would break in that sense. They'd just go.
I agree with you.
I feel like this has to be Genos' battle. It's almost poetic because didn't he lose to Deep Seeking via acid? So now it makes sense for him to come back and be like, nah, that don't work on me.
You'll see the meme like that. Gino's jumping in front of Fury's pit.
Oh my god. That's so trash.
No,
Gino, man, people forget Genos was putting work in that fight until he had to save everybody. You know, actually a fucking hero.
Mm-hmm. No, that's why it's why I said like earlier, I got the idea from what you said. It's probably what Fubuki's trying to make, because, well, no, it was way too early in the chapter for that. But we had already it's way too early in the chapter. I was gonna say maybe Fubuki could outfit a pig god or something like that, and then he could get his his Latin power going, and then we'd see a psychic pig god, some shit like that. But
that's a raw name.
But no, she spoke to Pig God way too early in the chapter before everybody started melting and shit.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's definitely a perilous situation right now. Things are not like the easiest to deal with. I definitely agree that the monsters have the upper hand right now. If Rover shows up, I don't think there's anything that can be done to change it. And we are not even talking about the inclusion of Homeless Emperor yet. Homeless Emperor hasn't begun to interfere or help. We just mentioned Satsuki was able to derive evil natural water getting super boosted up from Fury while boosting up Fury, who got boosted up by Gums, man. Like, and all of them niggas can come right back into the equation. All of them niggas. And then you can add a symphony to that, bro. Homeless, bro. Like, yeah, like even at full power, even with these niggas having their blades, it would have still been a tough fight. It would probably still have the monsters probably still had the upper hand.
Just think about like what the monsters still have in reserve with Rover and Homeless Emperor. What we have in reserve is Metal Bat and friends. the discrepancy is pretty bad.
He said in friends, bro, like King ain't out there. Relax. King got it.
Nah, if King there, then it's over. There's no point in mentioning him.
Yeah.
Shut that bitch down.
Right,
King versus homeless. Let's make it happen. Battle of the Emperors.
Is there any other hype or complex ideas that you guys want to discuss about the fear situation or the condition of the battlefield?
Nah.
So then let's move on to the final aspect. After going in depth about the Bang and about the Garou and Bomb fight, the only individual who Bomb trusts to beat Garou, who he fought for, is Bang. So, having completed his mission, holding Garou off from hurting anyone else, keeping him here until Bang arrives, we get that matchup. Bomb himself said, "This is not the same guy you fought before. This is not the guy who you helped, who you taught, who you raised up. This is not the guy who you fought at the park with EC. These are not the same people. This is a different person." Is that emotional? Like, to tell him that, like, you got to do it, man. Like, don't hold back. Or was this just like, hey, prepare yourself. He's gonna fight. Like, how are you guys seeing this confrontation of Bang versus Garou? Is Bang going to try to kill Garou, or is Bang going to fail? I don't mean fail in fight. I mean like fail in like resolving himself to kill Garou.
Well, first with Bomb's comment, I think it was more in reference to Bang's power rather than telling Bang to steel himself to fight his student, just because like that comments him saying he's nothing like he was before. I mean, that doesn't really make sense in the context of it being like this emotional thing, because I mean, you could say Garou wasn't the same before when they fought previously. He was already the hero hunter then. So like, what would he have learned in that confrontation right there other than his upgraded power to give that warning? I think it was more of a warning like, yo, he's not as weak as he was then. He's a lot stronger, so you need to be ready for that. So I think like it was like that comment was telling him that he needs to gear up for the fight in terms of the power he's going to bring. You can't I mean, I guess it does go hand in hand with the you can't hold back thing, but I think the reason he would say that isn't because he's a student, it's because he's strong. He's much stronger than he was before.
Yeah, nothing to add on that. I agree with Satsuki. Like, it's not a power. They've already had this conversation before. Like, when he first recruited Bomb, he was like, well, you know, are you going to be able to do this? He was your student, and he was like, yes, I can do. So this is just a general, like, hey, he's not the same guy we fought against last.
Did you forget what he did to Genos, bro?
Ooh.
Bang.
Yeah, what about it?
Genos was about to do that thing to Garou.
He never did anything. Hang on, I know what you're on about. He's on about when just before Elder Centipede showed up, he was like, I'm gonna take him down, he's a threat. And Bang basically did have a look in his eye where he was like, I don't want that, because Genos was gonna just blast him and Phoenix Man out of the sky. But like, I'm not.
No. That's not what I meant. That added to my point. Thank you, sir. Now you're gonna have to defend against this too. What I meant was that, like, literally before Bang, when Bang kicked Garou in the head, that was to save him from Genos fucking him or doing that thing to him. Good. Let me see if I can.
No. We get what you're saying. We're saying that he pretty much spared him from Genos because we knew that Genos wasn't going to allow him to just roam around doing whatever. So like I get that aspect of it, but the way I interpret what Bond was saying is not you need to get in the mindset of this isn't your student anymore. It's more so like, yo, he fought on par with me. He beat me. you can't hold back against him because he's strong, not because he's your student. That's how I took it.
I saw it like that as well.
Yeah, same. And I think the second part of Grim's question was, will Bang fail because he still sees Garou as a student? And I think so. I think that's still going to be playing on his mind. So even if he manages to hold out against Garou and give him a really good run for his money, maybe even damage him, I do think him being his student, he's not going to. If he does somehow get the chance to eliminate him, I don't think he's going to take it.
I think a more valid question would be, will it come to that in a fight to where Bang would even have the luxury of sparing him?
Yeah.
Because based on the fight with Bomb, I don't even see how a situation like that would happen. Just based on that fight, it could happen.
Atomic literally just said, "Hey, we're not going to join in. We're not going to help you kill this guy who, like, they're being jumped by Black Sperm and they're all helping, but they're not going to help Bang fight Garou, a threat as equal as him." Like, no, they're acknowledging the fact that they're not going to interfere in the fight. Like, that's what they're saying. Like, that's what they're saying.
No. What I'm talking about specifically is, like, when we're talking about, is there a possibility of Bang like holding back or something because that's a student? I'm saying, would there be a situation in the fight where he's allowed to hold back at all?
I see what you're saying. Yeah, Garou won't let him like play around. He'll have to. Okay, I see what you're saying. Because Garou's not the one that's holding back. Garou will kill Bang, maybe. Because I don't know too, bro. He did say, "Oh, this is the last person I wanted to see," or whatever. Or this old man is the last guy I wanted to see. Whenever Bang showed up the last time, but it was more so towards like the beating of the people who are gonna be out here fighting. Like, I don't know. Go ahead.
Sorry, do you think Garou's gonna kill Bang?
Oof, that's the question.
I can't, because if he kills Bang, then at that point he's ready to be killed by Saitama at that point.
Everybody would rather kill him.
Yeah, I mean, because if he kills Bang, then it kind of draws into question, you know, if you're a person that can become such a monster where you can kill your master, then your whole relationship with Tario kind of goes out the window, because it's like, okay, if you can kill your master, you can kill Tario, or you can not care that Tario died or something like that. So then you've, like you said, you've become a monster entirely, and that's when Saitama pops up and cleans up the job.
Yeah, he has this like tiny bit of humanity still within him, just because like what you brought up with the relationship with Tario. But I think that it just dwindles when you actually kill someone, because still up to this point, Garou hasn't killed a hero. He's put a lot of people out of commission, but that would be the one thing where there's no redemption from that.
So Garou's at a point where we haven't seen him before. I don't know. I personally believe that if he does just monopolize this fight with Bang, then it's going to become very difficult for the fights with everybody else. Satsuki pointed out that like Bang probably won't have a chance to hold back. So if he gets beaten, it'll be because he was going full power. Emotionally, I think not only will Atomic feel bad because he chose not to fight, or he chose to trust in Bang and it failed, but if they kill Bang, or if Bang gets put into a crazy position like that, like, I have to save him. Like, everybody else has been saved, basically. Maybe not Amai, but like, they've tried to tend to everybody who's getting in a perilous situation. So like, if Bang goes down, the fun begins. Like, because Atomic, maybe right now, I'll say it like this: I do believe Atomic Samurai could probably kill Garou, but because of the comment that Darkshine made, right, saying that if Flashy, Atomic King, or Tatsumaki got involved, they'd be able to win. But like, I don't know if like even together they could beat Garou. Like, is it crazy to say that if the S class teamed up right now, they wouldn't beat Garou?
I feel like, from what we know, I feel like that would be too crazy of a statement to make. We still don't have a proper scaling for Garou, and we still won't just because of his ability to get stronger after fights. But at this juncture, I think that would be a little crazy to say, considering who we have right now. Like, if all the S class that we have available right now aren't able to take out Garou, then like, yo, like, why should they be able to take out anybody else? Like, is Garou that much stronger than Fuhrer, Ugly, Black Sperm, Homeless Emperor? Like, you know, that'll be too crazy.
All right. Well, that pretty much covers the topics for chapter 147 of One Punch Man. We got a spectacular fight with Garou and Bomb, which ended in a single chapter. It was still everything we wanted. Bang and Garou are up next. Fuhrer Ugly isn't letting up, and it looks like the samurai have lost their ability to combat him. Homeless Emperor still hasn't come into play, and maybe Fubuki and Pig God are scheming something. We already know all the different pieces that are still in play, or potentially in play. They're going to come into action soon. Hop in the comment section and let us know, what do you think these positions or these pieces are going to be doing once it comes down to it? Once Garou beats Bang, or once Bang beats Garou, what is everybody going to be doing? What's really going to be the toss-up? Are we going to get the fight next chapter? Any other question that you've speculated on, that you've heard us talk about, that you want to give your opinions on, let us know in the comment section. Right above that in the description, you can find the links to all of our channels in which you can watch content continuously. We do One Punch Man and all different types of anime and manga content on a regular, which you can find on all of our channels. You can also join the Discord, where we discuss and talk One Punch Man all day long. Yo ho ho!
Yes, sir.
There we go. We're in business. I'm not sure if the stream was fucking up the whole time.
I don't know. I didn't know if that was like me. I mean, I could see like the live chat, but like the actual video kept like buffering for me. But
yeah, me too. Yeah,
it was buffering for me as well.
Yeah.
So it's not just it's everyone.
That's my fault. I don't have a graphics card on my computer, and I have dual monitors, so I guess like I'm making something work a lot harder, and that's what's maybe stretching the streaming. But I don't know how computers work, so probably not.
listen, someone tried to explain some like tech shit to me before. I was like, I just had to stop them. Like 5 minutes into, I was like, yo, I'm a caveman. I don't know what you're talking about. I hop on my computer, I turn that bitch on, I turn it off. I don't do nothing else to it.
Besides B2B.
Whoa. Not on the PC, man. Not on the PC. I actually keep the PC clean, man.
Oh shit. Alright, I think that's pretty much it then.
Yeah. Good podcast, boys. We did it on time, man. What was it? 2 days after the chapter?
I think so, probably like three maybe.
Yeah, and look, it's within a week. It's good. We did it.
Did it, man.
We gotta find a way to work out the schedule with Keishan though, bro.
Yeah.
Because with his work, he's completely missed every single one. Like, I thought it was gonna be like sometimes, but no, every single one he's missed.
Yeah.
You could do a Keishan exclusive where you two have like a little one-on-one chat about it.
Well, the way it's going, you could do a Kishin Stebo exclusive. Where'd Stebo even go, dude?
And then like us, like we can all like record like generic reactions, like a sitcom. And then like whatever they say, just put them in, and we'll be like, "Yeah," like, "Oh my god, why'd you say that?"
I honestly think Steve was just reading different stuff right now. Like he was always with One Punch Man, but he was never like super deep into like other mangas. Like even One Piece, he was down for One Piece, but then he fell off of that for a while too. So I don't know.
That's understandable.
Yeah.
Hey. We don't be talking about that.
What, we don't talk about One Piece?
We don't talk bad about it.
We don't.
Oh.
Well, we talk about One Piece quite a bit for being a One Punch Man podcast.
It's the only reason why I also do this with My Hero, but the reason I do is just because I feel like people could understand the references I'm making because it's almost everybody reads it. So
Yeah, that's fine.
This is true. What's going on, guys? How y'all doing?
what's good, Madara?
Not much.
Came in super late, bro. You about to leave right now?
Nah, I know. I'm watching the kids at my pool swimming around, so I couldn't jump in with y'all. But I was listening the whole time though.
Bet.
Enjoy your time, man.
Yeah, catch the next one.
Yes, sir. For real. Sure.
All right, bro.
All right.
See you, boys.
Y'all be easy.
Yep.
All right, peace, y'all boys.
All right, take it easy.
See you later, guys.
Garou. blacks.